This year's Zombies game has been riddled with controversy. Controversy mainly from its second installment, Liberty Falls, a map that is supposed to be fully fledged out, but at the same time, a simpler experience of Terminus. But that's not what we're going to talk about today, because people's biggest problems with Liberty Falls isn't going to be the fact that it's not a massive map. Its issues with it comes within the aesthetics of the map, the graphics of the map. The issue is people aren't talking about the HUD when it comes to Liberty Falls. They aren't talking about gameplay. They're talking about the way the map looks, the desaturation of it, the fact that it doesn't look like zombies, it looks like multiplayer. Today we'll be discussing the two maps, the contrast between Liberty Falls and Terminus, and then ranking what I think is going to be the graphics and the aesthetics for this new game out of 10. Before we start anything, let's just talk about the actual game itself. The graphics, the way the game looks, how real it looks, the colors, the aesthetics of this game. The issue with this game and all these categories is we're judging this on two maps that look completely different. All right, you go into Terminus and it looks like a very well done, super ambitious, bombastic, full-fledged zombies map. And then you go into Liberty Falls and that looks like a multiplayer map, desaturated with color and something that honestly isn't appetizing to look at. So when we talk about graphics, there's main categories that I feel like this game has really been pushing each other with. And it's the categories of realism versus creativity. We see this a lot in the newer zombie games, them going for a more realistic style of game. I think it's because of the massive player counts of Warzone, and so they're trying to relate that Warzone audience to zombies. But what that sacrifices is the insane uniqueness that zombies can sometimes feel.
Where are we going from here?
They all look at you the same way, don't they, Al? You see a weasel, a rat. You're a survivor, Al. No shame in that. Even a rat survives.
Is a fucking rat. Period.
Even in non-Treyarch games, we see this uniqueness in a map like Zombies in Spaceland. But when it comes to Black Ops 6, we kind of see a hint of both. We see Terminus, which, although yes, it obviously is a very realistic map as a prison in the Philippines, it is completely full of creativity. So many unique things in that map with features that we just haven't seen before. Nice bright colors, completely different feeling from one part of the map to the other. This map really does look special in terms of the actual graphics, and although there is realism, the creativity, the color, the aesthetics are really popping. But when it comes to Liberty Falls, it's completely the opposite. It is a bare bones in terms of creativity. It's a small town in Harper's Ferry. If we're honest, this map is grounded into the lowest level possible. The color of the map is desaturated. It is on a grayscale, it feels like. Got a very Modern Warfare color scale, which, I mean, you can just tell that it's not made for zombies. The contrast between both these maps is very high, which is very surprising, because if you look at the Liberty Falls trailers and the cutscenes, it's like a nice bright orange and yellow map with even the Richtofen section having a nice bright cottage that he goes into with the underground bunker. And the Dark Ether section of the map does look great, but then it's like when you actually play the map, it's like they dumbed it down. Why can't it be the beautiful color that we see in the cinematic trailer? And I know that this is fully rendered 4K trailer, I get that, but the color scale is completely different. In fact, it kind of doesn't even feel like the same map. If you told me that the gameplay of Liberty Falls matches the intro cinematic of Liberty Falls itself, I would think that it doesn't even match at all. I don't think that them two correlate whatsoever. Maybe it does in the Easter egg. Maybe we'll see Richtofen's house. Maybe his underground bunker that he has Samantha/Sophia in. But when it comes to the actual gameplay that we've seen so far, it doesn't look like it at all. So the contrast between the two maps, a nice colorful map of Terminus and a not so colorful map of Liberty Falls, evens out each other, which is very interesting because Liberty Falls is a bright daytime map and Terminus is a nighttime map in a prison. You'd actually expect it to be the other way around, but it's not. So when we talk about the graphics of the game, overall, I'm gonna give this score a 6 because yes, it looks very, very nice in terms of the actual graphics itself. It's got good ray tracing. There's not much motion blur when you look around. The zombies look and feel nice. Their pathing looks pretty good in terms of the graphics. But when it comes to the actual color and aesthetics of the maps, the drop-off of Liberty Falls in comparison to Terminus is just too far for me to ignore and only give this like a 7 or 8. I'm not going to sit here and say that Liberty Falls is the worst looking map I've ever seen, but its dullness doesn't feel like zombies. And I know some people are going to say, well, it's not zombies, it looks like multiplayer, you have to put it at 2. But at the end of the day, the graphics are still very nice, and the aesthetics of the map are right next to it. So as I'm concluding both graphics and aesthetics into one category, we're going to make it a 6 out of 10.
I've been coming. I'm going to continue to come. Skip's been coming. He's going to continue to come. And people just need to get over that.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.